Happy sunrise.
Happy day, y'all.
I don't know what episode this is, to be honest. I don't know. I got messed up. Is it 16? Is
I
it
think
9?
we're on 16. Yeah, 16. Episode 16, baby.
Woohoo!
Let's go. Is
That's
it
crazy.
9?
You want to go back and
The
redo
one we
episode 9?
skipped. Yeah. We good, though. We here, y'all.
A beautiful day out. We're finally starting to see the sun again, so I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
brighter times are on the horizon.
Yeah, we almost through this winter drought.
It's basically over, right?
So they say.
I guess Nova Scotia's not saying that. They just got a huge storm.
Exactly.
They're like, what? Yeah, so breakfast. Let's get straight to breakfast.
Breakfast time, y'all. I hope y'all having a lovely breakfast.
Yep, at
We
night.
just got, regular. We got some avocados on the eggs, the bacon, the famous bacon.
And the breakfast potatoes, of course.
Yeah, I love these.
I was really
Every
excited to
now and
wake up for this today.
Let's go. I got my coffee. We got some apples and oranges,
Oranges.
and then some blueberries to match the vibe of them. But yeah, let's get
I
it.
like
Let's
it.
get it.
It makes a pop. So today we want to talk about control, the thing everybody wants but nobody has. A sin. I was reading the other day that, like, obviously back in the day, we developed the fight or flight response in order to avoid physical dangers. And then as we evolved, those physical dangers were no longer present. So that fight or flight response is used to protect our psychological fight like response. So instead of running away from like bears and lions, we're running away from uncomfortable conversations or people that are upsetting us. And it just like goes to talk about how, like, if you're anybody comes at you with a question that's uncomfortable for you, or they come at you in a tone that you don't like, you're closing up and you're basically running away from that experience because it's uncomfortable for you and you feel like a sense of like danger or something. And it just goes to talk about how much easier it would be if we just released those emotions and just experienced them as they happen. Because when we're closing up and defending ourselves, we're keeping those emotions and energies inside of us instead of letting go, which is what we want to do. We want to let go of the uncomfortable and like the fear and like insecurities, but instead we're just keeping them in. So it talked about how much easier it would have been if we just, as those experiences happen, we let go of them and we grow from that. You grow from being able to let go of the uncomfortable experiences. And I think it just says a lot about control. Like, we want to really control every aspects of our lives, whether they're positive or negative. If somebody's trying to change us and it's something in us that we know we should probably change, but we're trying to avoid that conversation, we're going to control the narrative and we're going to lash out at that person. You're wrong for what you just said. When if we just look within ourselves and say, hey, yeah, why am I feeling that way? That's weird. I should probably let go of that negative feeling. I feel like we'd all be able to have more easier conversations, because I think it's hard enough to have conversations with people. We're all coming from different aspects of life, different walks of life, and we're all just trying to interpret each other the best way that we can. And like they say, you develop an impression of somebody within the first 7 seconds of meeting them. Like, we're really just relying on body cue or body language and tone and facial expression and all this stuff. It's already hard enough as it is, but we're coming with our own like defense mechanisms instead of just being open to the human experience. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Like, it just kind of really seems so interesting to me because it's like at the core of it, it really sounds like you really just need to lead by example, and and just kind of like any conversation that you're having with people, it's like you just have to be the example of what they should kind of be in that like conversation, like whether it's like, oh, you're drinking too much, or oh, you're not, like, like maybe they don't have a job and you do. It's just like it's hard to like to not meet someone where they're at without them getting like angry or feeling like they need to like take offense to what you're saying, you know, like whether it's like what it reminds me of right away is like someone being overweight and then you trying to tell them that like, hey, you should work out with me. We should, we should try to work on this. I like, I can see you, I know you want to, and I know you're better than this and whatnot. And like, I feel like for the most part, especially men, like we need to be told that. Like, I think like for me, I knew it, but being told it was just another level of like understanding. Like, nah, man, like why isn't people telling me this, or why aren't we telling like our family and friends to get fit and just be their best self, like regardless, right? But it's like everybody wants that control, and everybody wants to feel like they're on their path and they're gonna do it when they want to do it. And so it kind of is like counterproductive to be like, hey, da 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 this and that. And even for ourselves, I think it boils down to like we know what we should do, we know the tasks that we need to do, and we'd rather overthink them and not act on them just to feel like we have some form of control over them, and we'd rather not be in that vulnerable area of our life to grow. We'd rather stay comfortable and make it look like we're doing it and we're about that. Like, like for instance, like an artist that doesn't drop a song for like 2 years, it's like I'm in creative mode. Like I'm in like, I'm living life, I'm finding myself, instead of actually just being uncomfortable with the idea that the song could do whatever it wants to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's just people are either gonna love it or not. Like, but we just like to, just have that form of control. So we don't wanna take the leap. We don't wanna jump. We don't wanna, do that workout that we said we're gonna do. We don't wanna read that book. We don't wanna search for that new job. We don't wanna, so many things. Post that content. So many
Yeah,
different things.
exactly. Life has so many ups and downs, and through the downs, you're either going to grow through them or you're going to fear them. So, like, you're going to either learn to love change or you're going to fear change. And if you fear change, then you're not going to like change in any aspect of your life. Like, yeah, maybe you'll try like a new type of chips. Okay, cool, different change. I always use an example of chips. But you're either gonna like grow from it or it's gonna just stall you in life. And like the most resilient people aren't resilient because they've had life like the easiest. They're resilient because they've been through so many hardships and they've grown through them and they've learned to adapt through those hardships. So I think, yeah, like people that are like still holding on to liquor, or even myself with weed, like I think I was using that because I can't really control outside factors of life, but I can use this weed and I can change my mindset and I have control over that, like no matter what's going on. So I think you're obviously using vices as a method to try and control the world, but like we all know it's impossible. We're on the task of the impossible. There's no point trying to control something that you can't control. And it's like other people too. You can't control other people. It's called separation of tasks. Like that person has their own tasks in life and you have your own tasks. And you can show the other person like what a healthy, positive lifestyle is, but at the end of the day, you're never going to be able to control that person or take control of their tasks in life. You have to let them do them.
Yeah, you have to. I think more and more, because it's been such an amazing journey, and I'm happy. Like, we get to like kind of see each other grow, and grow with each other. Have these conversations, because the first thing I notice is that like you can only help the people that want help.
Yeah.
The people that don't want help are literally, like you said in the beginning, like they're just going to avoid the conversation. They're going to avoid you. They're just going to
Become
basically
defensive.
be on a different frequency than
Yeah.
you, for real. And it's kind of a beautiful thing, but then it also is like a weird thing because you're gonna see those people again, and it's like you just want them to be on. Like for me, it's like now I look so freaking buff, and like I be like I'm super proud of myself, but like I don't even really notice it. But I know when I get around like people that haven't seen me in a while, they're gonna be like, dude, the fuck.
Yeah.
And it's just like I want them to be on the journey with me. Like I know there's people that were kind of getting into it with me, and then I know now when I see them, it's just gonna be like, bro, we see who continued and who didn't, right? But it's just like, you just got to be that influence for people. You got to be that example. And, like, I feel like it can be like the loneliest road or it can be the most gratifying road. And you end up at the other side of it finding people that are on it with you, on the journey with you. And, you end up eventually influencing the people that you want to influence or that want to be influenced.
It sucks because you can't bring all your friends with you. Like, I wish, like, back in the day when I was drinking too much and I was just, like, in a really bad place, my friends would all sat down with me and, like, we would have a conversation about how, like, things can't keep happening the way they're happening. Like, an intervention of sorts, I guess. But you can't really give an intervention to somebody when you're all doing the same thing. And, like, if, one person needs to change, it doesn't mean the rest of your friend group will change. So that kind of sucks, but I guess that goes with change. Like, you just have to accept the change. I'm not going to just dig my feet into the sand and say, no, 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 like, I'm going to be friends with these people forever, or I'm going to be this way forever. Like, eventually you just have to kind of get up and walk.
Yeah, no, totally. So, what do you think are some things that you're giving up control over, and you're trying to work towards to just better yourself and kind of level up?
Yeah, I said it the other night to him, and he took a video, and I didn't like it.
Because she does it to me all the time. Wait, what? You're gonna quit drinking? Okay. Let me
Yeah, I'm
she'll
like,
get her
wait, it's
phone out.
November 2nd. Let me just get you ready quick. Okay, go. What did you say? I forgot I did do that to you a couple times. I said I was going to give up weed. I smoked my last joint, was it last night? No, 2 nights ago. Woo! 2 days in. And I was just like, I don't want to really do this anymore. Like, it's such a routine, and I kind of just hate the fact that it makes me feel better. Like, I really want to just feel that way by myself. And I'm kind of just irritated with relying on that to change my whole aspect of life and everything. So I threw the rest of what I had away in the garbage. She's gone. And taking it day by day. There is no cure for addiction, or there is, it's just day by day. So I'm trying to deal with the frustrating and irritating emotions that come up throughout my day when I kind of miss it or when I would usually smoke, and trying to like just let go of my control basically in that sense, and just not trust the process because I don't do that, but just trust myself. I'm trying to like give myself the willpower back. I know I have it in myself. I was watching a documentary just real quick about how like the human body can actually heal itself way more than we even think. Like there's people with fractured bones that could heal their bones, or people with cancer that were in remission after just the power of their mindset changing and their breath work changing and their diet changing. The human body is developed and built to we have a cut in our arm. Do we have to go get stitches? No, our cut will heal for the most part. You know what I mean? Obviously, not deep enough, but so I was just thinking like that for my mindset. You know, like there's a lot of stuff that I feel like I can only use weed, and so that's the only thing that's gonna help me get better. And like, no, that's not the truth. I know, like if I just change my mindset and my attitude, then I can do all that myself, and I can be the person that I want to be without that. So I think that's something, and I've also just trying to like put myself out there, or like trust my artwork a little bit more, you know, like just follow through with whatever project I want, or do whatever project that feels right for me. Like sometimes I feel like I have to make certain clothes or whatever just to for people to accept them, or I don't know, for the product to sell, but sometimes I just want to make like something that I really enjoy, and then see where it goes from there. And I have a lot of really cool concepts that I want to start actioning on. They're just all stuck in my brain. I can't draw them out. Like I just need to start actioning them. So I don't know. That's just the way that I've been thinking about it. What about you?
Yeah, they say that like the thing you're holding on to the most, and the thing that kind of plagues you, so to speak, the most, like whether it's a vice, or like say if you smoke weed or whether it's liquor. I know it was liquor for me, and it was most likely weed for you.
Yeah.
They say like once you let that thing go, that's where you're going to see the most growth from, and that's when you're gonna really like start to get back like that control, so to speak. Um, yeah, for me, I think it's just time to really lock in, and I've set myself. I feel like everything that I've been doing so far has led me to this point because now I wake up at 3 a.m. It used to be 4 a.m. So I have just enough time to start my day off and get done the things that I really want to get done so that I can feel validated within myself and feel like I'm pushing the needle forward every day. And so now it's time for me not to be guessing about those things. It's not I need to make it like a more of a autopilot kind of a vibe so that I'm not overthinking it and I'm not trying to trying to figure things out like you said, like I'm not trying to please other people, whether it's making my music, whether it's making posts. There's a lot of things that I kind of hold back off of. Yeah, like sometimes I'll feel like I've recorded too much, so then I'll want to just kind of work on getting the music out there and promoting it, which is a part of what I'm learning and practicing to do. But there's just things that like I know I need to do on a daily basis. Like for rehearse for one is like one of the things that I know I need to do every day. So I'm just making my to-do list today, and I'm going to make sure I cross everything out before the day's out. I'm going to make time for it. I'm going to make them non-negotiable. And I think that was just the start of my journey is when I realized that why am I making releasing music negotiable for myself? Why am I making working out negotiable? Oh, I don't feel like it today. Why am I making reading even negotiable? It's like, don't you want to get that brain activity working and get some knowledge in and learn and just kind of and be, just be self-improving. So there's a lot of things. Making posts as well. Like I get my run on with my posts and I get a lot of ideas and I get a lot of content done. But then I get hesitant. I start feeling like, well, people are gonna get tired of this. I'm probably not doing it right because I'm not growing, so on and so forth. But just through trial and error, through working out, through dropping music over a long period of time, I realized that I'm only going to get better by doing it. Even with my YouTube posts, like I said I want to do one a day, and I had so many opportunities yesterday to knock the one out that I needed to do, and I just kind of let it slip my mind, let time just slip away, just because I was so hesitant about all these other things that I knew I should have done, but I was kind of just hesitant. So now it's just time to pull the trigger, make sure I get everything done. I want to look at my day and basically have mostly everything X'd out, crossed off before the majority of my day kicks in. So that's like my goal now. And I think it's going to be super rewarding, but it's going to be take some time to get used to. But I know once I'm used to it, I'm going to be so proud of myself, and it's going to be like an auto stream of consciousness where I'm not like my brain's not freaking getting all like exerting so much energy by just trying to decide what to do. It's like, no, this is what's next on the list, done. This is what's next, finish it. This is what you have to do, finish it, done. Every day, day in, day out. So I noticed what about myself, and I think everybody's like this. We just don't want to admit it, or some people say, "Oh, that works for you, not me." But it's like for me, I need a schedule. I need structure. I need structure. As a creative, I could spend all day on one thing, or I could spend all day not even doing anything, just kind of like browsing around at all the things that I should be doing and kind of dibbling and dabbling. So I know that I need structure and I need like a basis to work from so that once I'm done the structural things, then I can let my mind wander and figure out what else I want to do.
But you're water. Yeah, exactly. And like, I feel like everybody needs a routine. Like, I don't really think that's like a just you kind of thing. Like, they say how important it is for babies to develop a routine for them.
Right.
So then when do the babies grow up to be teenagers, adults, and they don't need that routine anymore? Like, I feel like babies got it right. You need a routine. Like, everybody does.
Animals, dogs, especially.
Yeah, exactly. Cats, whatever, they have my cat has a routine every single day, does the same things, like sleeps in the same spots basically. So has a little schedule.
They say dogs won't feel a part of the family if you don't give them like a task to do.
Oh wow.
Like as far as like say they say they'll rip up the garden if you don't make sure and get them out, make them run, give them exercise, like a daily task, so they feel like they're actually being a part of the and like helping in a sense.
Right.
They'll start doing badass shit.
And yeah, just because you should let go of control doesn't mean you shouldn't take action in your life. Like obviously, you still need to do like everything that you really want to do. I think it's just about doing the things that really excite you. Like I'm personally really excited to start reading more because I don't know why I stopped wanting to learn. Like I'm really excited to do that. I'm really excited to start writing and like art and stuff. Like I think it's just like doing those things. So even when you're like, oh, I'm not posting the right stuff, I'm not posting at the right times, blah blah, like you're still putting, as long as you're putting in the work and you're enjoying that work throughout the day, then I really think that's all that matters. And I think that's gonna like go out into the universe, and eventually people are gonna start to show you like recognition that they should. But you can't like focus on what anybody else has or like anybody else's response to what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Like somebody could look at our lives and be like, ha, lame, nope, not gonna do that, not impressed. Like that's cool, but I'm happy where I'm at and I'm happy where I'm going. So I think that's really all that matters.
I agree.
Scarfing down those potatoes.
Good.
But yeah, that's where we're at with it right now. I don't know. What do you guys think about control? Obviously, nobody likes it. But why do you think you're trying to hold on to it so dearly? What's the worst thing that's going to happen if you just go with the flux and flows of life?
True. You said like go with them?
Go with
What's
them.
the worst thing could happen?
Yeah. You're like, I could name a lot of things. Homelessness, poverty.
No, I'm trying to understand like what do you mean? Like
Go with the ups and downs of life. Just go with them. Don't try and resist them. If a bad time is happening, like do whatever you can, but don't like it's a bad time. They're gonna happen. What are you gonna do about it? Like
yeah, for sure. Like as long as you're putting in that daily work, I feel like then whether it's a good time or a bad time, your output stays the same. So the energy that you like the you know like the gratification that you feel should be along the lines. Yeah, it could be a tough time. You could be going through a loss. You could be going through a breakup. But as long as you do those daily tasks that are putting in the work and that you know you need to do, it's like I feel like you can't be stopped. You know, the mission will still push forward.
and that's
For sure, for sure.
that's that.
Yes, sirs. Episode 16 locked in.
In the books.
Let's go. We're gonna finish up breakfast. I'm hungry.
I'm excited.
All right, y'all.
Bye.
Peace.